Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to an interesting episode of Bops and Bangers.
Much fun.
A little different, a little
different.
exciting.
We are going full interview
mode because we are busy and we wanted to talk to someone else about music instead of each other.
Yeah.
We're sick of each other at this point.
And we
get
found-
away.
Get away from me.
I just push you away.
And we found an amazing sweet baby angel that we are completely obsessed with.
Her name is Emma Gabriel. She works at Rap Chat, which is a really cool up-and-coming platform. Rappers, please take note. And she just has the Gen Z great intelligence to speak on music.
And she loves music. Her passion for music might surpass ours.
It's a little scary.
And I love it.
And
it's so fun to hear about colleges nowadays really catering to music lovers.
Yes. And having programs to help people in the music, to get into the music industry.
100%. Like, it's her journey so far. Like, she just graduated college, lives in Ohio. I mean, it's so cool how she's like involved in so many things. I'm so excited for you guys to hear all about it. Before we get into it.
Yes. We have a few housekeeping things to talk about.
Yes.
We're super excited. We have our merch drop.
We're going to be doing a merch drop, y'all.
And
here's a tease
a little
of what it looks like.
Stand up for the crew, you know? Make sure you're watching this because truly it is what some might call fashionable. Ma'am. This is why I push her away.
It is very comfy. The material's like super thick.
Yeah.
They're cozy shirts.
Yes.
We have it in 2 different styles. In black, we also have a crop top if you are larger in the chest. So sorry, we're looking for a backup, but the option we have now on the website is for the itty bitty titty committee.
And not for the large bitty
bitties.
Bitty titties committees.
Big titties.
Not for me, maybe for Ash. Ashley can wear a really cute sports bra underneath.
To do spin.
Yeah.
They're super cute. You will put them over a sports bra with your leggings and they look really cute.
See, if I did that, it would
they don't work.
Right here.
We tried.
It would be like a cape
on
on me. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
They look like they're for children, but they're, I think, the Gen Z style of crop top.
Yes. They're beautiful,
it's not the
though.
millennial crop top.
No.
Yeah.
This ain't your mother's millennial crop top.
This is
that you can wear with high-waisted jeans and you get away with it like me.
Yes.
You know? Like, not a lot of skin shows because I'm short
we love the millennial crops.
I do. But this is a Gen Z crop top. And honestly, it's so cute.
It's so cute. They're so well made and they're really affordable. You can find it on our website. Our drop is going to be happening at the end of this month. So keep your eyeballs peeled. As soon as we announce the At Home With series, that same weekend, we are going to be announcing our merch drop.
Yes!
Make sure you sign up for our newsletter. We'll probably be putting a little discount in there for you guys who are part of the newsletter. You can sign up through our website. And yeah, I'm super excited about that.
I'm super excited for that.
Anything else going on?
We do.
If you are local to the San Diego area.
San Diego. Is that our chant? I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I want a chant for us.
We do. Girls of San Diego.
Woo woo.
That's not a chant.
That's not a chant, but I liked it. It was a song. It was a ditty. It was
a ditty.
It was an itty bitty ditty.
Too much. We are collaborating on an event with the amazing creative community Color House with a K. We are putting it on June 24th. It is going to be in San Diego. We are still picking a spot to meet at, but by the time this comes out, we will already have that spot. So check out the link in our bio on our Instagram. It's going to have all that info. RSVP so we can know how many people are coming.
Yeah.
And puppies. And yeah, it's going to be such a fun time. We're so excited to just kind of hang out, network, music lovers, creatives together. It's going to be great.
And even if you're not like a musician or involved in the music industry and you just kind of want to hang out with other creatives, come hang out with us. We fucking love talking about music to other people. And especially the Color House guys, they are just so much fun. They really know how to like party
Yes.
in a fun way.
Yeah.
So come hang out with us. We're really, really excited. We are super happy to join forces with them and really start to build up our San Diego community because we feel like we need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
I'm amped.
I'm amped.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, you're going to get to hang out with us. What's better than that?
Yeah.
I really just tooted my own horn.
I know.
Honk, honk, baby.
What is better than that?
What is better than that?
Anything else that we want to talk about?
No,
promote? I mean, our At Home With series. We only have one more episode left of our podcast. It is coming out next week.
Yeah.
You guys, we go through our half-year top albums. I mean,
We are panicked.
Because
I mean, she's joking. She literally cannot.
I can't catch up.
I don't
But I'm
know.
just going to have to start being like, bing, bing, bing,
Yeah,
bing,
no,
bing,
no.
bing.
You listen to what you think you're gonna love.
Yeah.
You know, and then work through the underdogs.
I'm gonna make it. We're gonna make it. But yeah,
Our
so
last episode before our break, and then when we come back from our break, this might look a little different.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more information on that.
I know I'm excited. We're gonna be doing some change ups. Season 4 is gonna be coming at you hot. So stay tuned and please enjoy our interview with the amazing Emma Gabriel.
Yay! Bye, guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
We're super excited to have you on. We've been doing a little bit more guesty stuff, which is kind of fun because I think we're so behind on music. It hurts.
Oh my God.
It physically is making us ill.
There's just too much.
There's too much. So
get
we'd
it.
rather just talk to other people about the music that they love because we're like crying in a corner about how we have 100 albums to listen to.
Yep.
Uh,
It's very exhausting. I get that.
Yeah.
Very overwhelming. I'm like, I have like the mindset. I'm like, I need to listen to everything all at once. And like it just gets so overwhelming.
Are
Yeah.
you a person that does like I cannot not finish an album once I'm in it?
Yes, I like if I'm gonna listen to an album, I like to listen to it all the way through. Like I still have not listened to Midnights by Taylor because I haven't had time. I'm like, that's like an album that I'm like,
I
yes,
get this.
exactly.
It's like, sorry, I know I'm gonna love it, but like I don't have time for you.
You're at the bottom of the list like, right now. Like there's like some artists that I'm like, I will put like a halt on any music listening.
Yes.
Like I will listen right now, but Taylor's just not one of those for me.
That's
But
fair.
Oh no. Same. I'm on the phase of
like
Taylor.
I was never like a big Swiftie. I grew up with her like in her country era, and I'm like, yes, kick ass, whatever. And then I kind of fell off, and then like Folklore and Evermore kind of reeled me back in. I'm like, yes. And I have like one of my best friends is like a huge Swiftie, and she's like all the time like Taylor Swift. I'm like, yeah, great, I get it. And then like with her like her girl boss era of like taking back her music, I'm like, hell yeah, like that's what we need.
Let's go.
And also, can I cuss? I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay.
Swear all you want.
Absolutely.
Perfect. I never know. I'm like, I cuss like a sailor, and I like need to filter.
There's
Okay.
no way.
Perfect.
There's no reel in that in.
There's no
Okay.
world in which I don't.
Okay. Perfect. I'm glad. But yeah, so it was like, go Taylor. Fuck yeah. And then like, I don't know, she's been making some decisions that I
We were literally just talking about it. Ashley is under the guise that they didn't ever actually date, her and Maddie Healy. I'm under the umbrella of they fucking did, and her PR team was stressed.
I think like regardless of whether or not they dated, there's still some choices that she's not.
She chose the wrong person to have like a well, I mean, she just broke up with Joe. It's like a rebound.
Yeah.
With like the dirty, greasy boy that you're like,
the rat boy.
yeah, little rat boy that you're like, oh my God, he's so mysterious and he's
a bad boy. He's only good for me.
It's like, no, he's racist, a homophobe, Nazi, maybe. Who knows? Like, it's very questionable. Like, you could have chosen like
a lot of other people.
anyone else that's a bad boy in the end is fucking Austin Butler. That's who she should date. Honestly,
I
the
ship
two
it.
most beautiful people in the world. They would have beautiful blonde babies.
Oh my gosh.
We'd
Yes.
be done.
I'm there.
Yeah, the day Taylor Swift gets married is the day the non-Swifties celebrate. We're like, yes,
Like, they
finally,
rejoice. They're like,
we're done with the media circus.
I will so I have never been really a big Taylor Swift fan. I think the first time we talked, I told you, was that before or after I saw her in concert? We were talking about big shows.
I think you were getting ready to see her in
But
concert.
holy hell, her concerts are insane.
She knows how to put on a show.
Not even the show, it's the cult-like aspect of
Yeah.
everyone. Like, I have never seen people at concerts bawling their eyes out. Like, it was such a heavy emotional response. Like, for an empath, I was like,
like the life was sucked out.
It was just so insane. Like,
It's like a Dementor in Harry Potter. Just
like I felt
you're
it all
gone.
at once. I was like, holy shit. So then I became
Yeah,
Swiftie.
you come wrapped up in it. No, you do, because you get so excited by everyone else's. Like, you're like, I want to be involved in it. That's how cults start.
It's 100%.
You know,
The T-Swift cult.
I know. You were like, I became a Swiftie. I got bracelets. I was like, I need to deox.
I came back down since then. But it was
a drug.
It really was. It was hysterical. But Beyonce's been on tour now too, and apparently crushing.
The Beehive. I know her. I've seen.
She is.
I would expect nothing less. I'm not a big Beyonce fan either, but like, hot take.
But honestly, same. Like, I love Beyonce. I think she's a really great artist. Could I name every like big song she's ever?
No. I couldn't either. She's very talented. However, there was like a period. I'm like, it just the sellout period is what I call it in like artists, and where like they're like, I can put out a good song. I can put out a song with a good beat and lyrics that mean nothing or have like no rhyme or reason, and it will sell and I will make money, and that's all that matters. And I'm like, no, like, no, that's not all that matters.
Being mad at that artist
yes.
for being so successful, reaching that point that they can do that. They're like, well, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
And so it hurts as a fan sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like that's just like what happens when like big musicians are like, it happened with Jack Harlow. His last album, in my opinion, like Come Home, the Kids Miss You, flopped. It flopped because it wasn't him. And he let the record label get to him and was like, this is what you need to put out. This will make money. Who cares if it's like authentic you? And then he came back. This like his new album, Chef's Kiss. It's so good. So
funny. Rachel was literally telling me this too about Jack Harlow, about how that the one before the new one was just like such a sellout. Everyone was so mad at him.
Oh shit.
And then came back and is like so him now that everyone's like, like
it's insane.
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
Rapido.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very fast. You're like, thank you, Jack.
Keeping the time down. We appreciate that.
Keeping the conciseness concise.
Yeah, we don't need filler tracks.
We don't need an hour and 7 minutes of music from one. You know,
and it's like, it's just like not his brand. Like he before he was Jack Harlow, he was like putting out mixtapes and whatever, and like with lyrics that meant something to him and like to the people around him, and like even I forget his debut album. I forget the name right now, but that was so good. And like it it had a mix of like upbeat, like pop song, like more popular, like sounding songs, but like also the lyrics still had an impact. And then his second album was just like, what are you doing? Like, like this is not your brand. Stick to it. Like, come on. Yeah, it was so sad. But then honestly, he got us back.
Yeah, he's such a goofy kind of dude too.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost Mac Miller-ish in the terms of like, you know, he's just a goofy guy, you know?
He's just a little goober.
He's just a little goober. And you're like, make goober music. Like really lean into the goober. you know?
Yes.
Because I feel like when people try to like go more towards like, let me talk about love and heartbreak, you're just like, oh, you're such a goof. You quit. Like, there's no, this didn't happen to you. You know, you're too goobery.
Oh no.
You're too Cooper.
It's
It's
like
so interesting.
Ed Sheeran has like just the most overly romantic. You're like, Ed, look at you.
But he's so sweet.
Goober.
No, but he's a sweetie.
goober.
I believe it because like Ed reminds me of Louis Capaldi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am such
But
on a
I
train right
love
now.
him.
Me
I love him so much. He like literally, I'm like, how like it's insane how you can be that in like tune with your emotions to where you can
Yes.
be like dogging on Niall Horan like in like a lovingly way, kissing Harry Styles, and then like go write like heart-wrenching songs that like I cry in the shower to. I'm like, this is just like
it is actually kind of
tearing
crazy.
my heart out.
He cracks jokes all the time. He's
oh
like
my gosh,
very
yes.
dry.
He's
humor.
so self-deprecating
Very
too.
British.
So
Very
funny.
British. He's like, yeah, I'm fat. I'm like, I love you, Louis. He's like,
How
yeah,
do
I'm
you-
gonna go eat. I'm like, thank you.
Me
Let's
too.
eat, Mom.
Yeah,
You get me. He's
I'm
just like me for real.
Yeah. Oh, I think this is the perfect transition, though. Let's, because we should introduce you. You know, just throwing that out there. Let's hear who you are, what you do, why we love you, all that stuff, and then we'll kind of jump in. I know Ashley said
Top five albums of all
Yes.
time. And
And
then
a
a fun
concert.
concert story.
I
We
think
love.
that one, I was like, they hate me. They hate me for making me choose 5 albums. Like,
Oh, I'm so
this
sorry.
is crazy. No, it's okay.
Where we hate you, go. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We need to get down to it.
Yeah,
So,
you know,
Just like,
it's like your top 5 albums could be something today and something completely different in a week.
That's
Because I just
fine.
feel like it's kind of it rotates.
It depends on the mood,
The mood.
the vibe,
Yeah.
the air quality.
it's getting to my head. It might be a little
Yeah,
funky.
what hay fever's happening, you know? All right, Emma, introduce yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, who am I? That's a loaded question. Anyways, I'm Emma Gabriel. I'm a graduate from OU, which is insane. At Ohio University in Athens.
Just like, oh, you
Crazy.
Is that a thing?
That's
Like,
Ohio State, but yeah.
I was
It's
close.
OH, but IO, it's close. Ohio.
Fair,
It happens. OU, oh yeah, is our, or as I like to say, OU, oh no, is like
Oh no,
things-
no.
literally. But yeah, so I am like a music junkie. I graduated music production recording industry. And I now work for Promo West in Columbus at venues and stuff. And then I also work for a company called Rap Chat, which is like, I love it. I do A&R for them, like playlisting, music. Like I just do a bunch of miscellaneous things for them, which is really awesome. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
It's a good little nutshell.
Yeah,
Truly,
I mean, you are
truly.
doing so much just graduating college.
Yeah.
It's honestly so respectable.
I- like-
this is hell yes.
I didn't know where the fuck I was after graduation. I was like, doo-ba-doo.
I feel like I had to, like, I like doing things. I like being busy, especially with like things that I enjoy. And like I did that in college. Like I did Women in the Music Industry. I was president of that for like the past year. And like that was like so fun. And like those people were so awesome. And I work with like a creative collective type beat thing called Midnight Music. They're Athens based and they like promote like local rap artists, which is amazing. And that's been so fun. And I've met like so many cool people through that. But I was like, if I'm going to graduate, I need to keep on doing things. Like I can't feel like I'm plateauing or like I'm kind of coming to a standstill, especially like, I don't know. I'm a type of person that has to always be going. So
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting now, like as we were growing up, like majors like recording music industry just were not available to
it
us.
was so out of reach because you
Yeah.
were either like you had to be at the House of Blues or you had to be
Yeah.
at UMG.
Yeah,
Like, it was very
yeah.
much all like a huge label.
Yes. There were
and
no little like
venue
Yeah.
operators. And now it's like it kind of is very much smaller businesses and you can
Yes.
kind of grow through that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
A little less gatekeepy than it used to be.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's kind of cool that you can be in two different worlds, one with Rap Chat and then one with Promo West. Like it's it's the same but not the same. I feel
Yeah.
like it tickles a lot of the brain of like the good spots of music to where you're so involved, but like you can take a break if you need to.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
not.
really love it.
Starting out with a really good foundation.
Yeah.
And
It's like,
it's badass.
and
Yeah, you're just a baby badass.
Yeah.
Alive.
We love to see
We
it.
do, we
Oh
do,
my gosh.
especially women in the
Yeah.
industry too. Like, what a I feel like anytime a woman is in the music industry, it's a little brave. It's a little like, ooh, yeah, there's
Yeah.
my person, because I know
Totally.
she also had to like kick down doors
Yeah.
just to get in a foot in the industry to be
Totally.
taken seriously too.
Yeah.
Do you find that like that has been easy for you to kind of manage, or have you had? Who do we need to beat up?
Yeah. Listen,
I
we got you.
The demolition.
said,
From
wind it
music
up.
and
We're going. I think like I think yes and no. Like it's been in some places really hard and like other places like this fits really well. I think in my undergrad like underclassmen years, it was like really hard to navigate like okay, this area isn't for me, this area is for me. Some guys are just like men in the industry are just really intimidating whether they try to be or not.
Yes.
And like my first 2 years it was like kind of chaos cuz like COVID and stuff like that. I was in and out of campus and all that jazz, but I like really had to like figure out where to find my voice and things and like where to stand up for myself and like what I would like feel like even outside of the music industry in like settings. I remember like freshman year, I they do like learning communities and like it's like a group of people that are like in your like area like major wise and like they're kind of like with surrounding majors. So like it's a group of people and you have like X amount of classes together. That way you know people in those classes.
That's
So
kind of
there's
cool.
like
That is
it was
really
so
nice.
fun.
Yeah,
It was
especially
so
for
fun.
such a big college too.
Yeah.
Like that
It
makes
was
life
very
easy.
convenient. It was
Yeah.
very convenient. And you like met friends and like it was like a first like little glimpse of like networking within like media or like whatever that is.
Yeah,
So
that's super
it was
cool
really
that they did
cool.
that.
But I was like I've always been like a type of girl that like I get along with everyone, but like I have like a lot of guy friends. Like I always have like a guy group of friends that I just like I can just, hang out with. But I was like the only girl that like kind of like hung out with like the guys in the group. So there's like times when I'm like we'd be like doing homework or like answering a question like yep, this is like the answer, and there's like a couple guys that are like just like would ignore me and then like come to the conclusion like later, and I'd
Oh,
look at like one of my friends and I was like did I not just fucking
Just
say
say
that like 10
yes.
minutes ago? And he's like
Yes.
oh you did, you sure
Yep.
did. I'm like oh my gosh, okay, thanks, I'm not crazy. Like I thought I came to that conclusion. So like that was like kind of my first like little taste of what it would be like to be like just a woman in a male like dominated
Dominated. Yep.
anything.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm like okay, this is cool. I'm gonna have to like kind of pivot how I take like those stance I take and like how I approach the situation. So I then like my junior year, I was involved with Brick City Records, which is like our capstone class for MPRI, music production recording industry. And it's like a student ran record label. So we do like
So
everything and it's so fun. Like we get to pick our artists that we have. We get to like we have like different um like categories. So we have our like producers, we have our A&R like marketing team, like all of that. So it's really cool. And then at the end we put on like a big showcase, which was so
oh my
fun.
God, so
It was so fun.
fun.
So I was A&R and like that was like there were three women of color in the class. And like I think like maybe a handful, maybe 6 or 7 women in total in that class. And there are like 30 students or something like that. So it was like very male heavy. And like that's just our major in general. I feel like there's like more women coming in there, but it's still very male dominated. And there were a lot of times where I like had to kind of be more assertive and be like, look, this is how this is like listen to me, sweet baby Jesus, listen to me. Like I'm like I like shaking them like in my brain like but
Yeah.
yeah, so like I have, but then also like the guys in the major that I've like come across, like most of them are really awesome and like really like I said I work with Midnight and I'm the only girl that works with them.
Wow.
And
badass.
that was up
Yeah,
until
that's
recently.
awesome,
So like I started with them right after South by. So
Oh,
I started working with them. I met two of the guys, like the co-owners at South by, like on our program trip.
What?
And yeah, so like they were on the trip with me through the university. I think I mentioned this when we
Yeah,
chatted
you did tell me
before,
this,
but
which sounds so cool. They all got to go
it
to
was
South by through
awesome.
the school.
It was awesome. There were like
what
30 of us. It was so
Yeah.
great.
the hell?
I know. I went to the wrong college.
I went to the wrong college. Fuck. Oh my god. Our colleges
was
would
amazing.
never.
No, they would never. But that's
Ne-
so awesome.
Oh my god.
It was
that's-
great. But yeah, so the both of them were on the trip, and like I've kind of crossed paths with Luke, one of them, a little bit in my career of college, but then I was like, look, I went in on this, and they're like, okay, like sure. And I was like, so who was all on the team? And they said, guy, and I said, you're shitting me. And they
Yeah,
go, nope, that's just
seriously.
how the cookie crumbled. I said, well,
Yeah.
listen. So it's been really fun, and I think they're like really like aware of their stance and
Good.
like just the career in general.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I know. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be easier
And
in
like
a
how
way.
much you can help them with just such a different perspective
Yes.
is so like they should be thanking you.
Yeah.
That's what they are really great. They're like, no, like I would never have thought about that. And I'm like, of course, like you don't have to think about that. So
hire
like
more
that's a thing.
You're like, I
I'm like-
know. Hire more women. But I
I'm like,
agree. I
that's
think
it.
that's
I
so
do.
cool that you can
It's been
really
awesome.
like, almost change how they operate
Yeah.
and help them, and I think
Yeah.
that's such a under-regarded, loved kind of aspect of
Yeah.
like a woman being in the music industry. Like there's a
Yes.
little bit more empathy involved and a little bit more like, oh, we can think outside of the box, we don't have to do it this way.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it's I think when you can bring a woman into a whole male dominated team and then they're like, yeah, you're right, you're like,
Yes.
I did my job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Pat yourself on the back.
Toodaloo, I've done my job. Good night. On to the next male dominated team.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. All of the guys there are just like so fun, and like they take what I have to say into consideration, and
Good.
like it just feels different. It feels really good because I'm like I was not expecting as like easy of access to like their company or like ideas or whatever. So it's been really awesome. I really enjoy like working
Good.
with them.
We
and
don't
stuff.
have to beat them up
Yeah.
then.
No,
They're fine.
no,
We'll-
not
we'll-
yet.
we'll-
I'll let you
we'll
know.
retract the guns. We'll retract
Oh my God.
the muscle guns.
The
Down, boy.
I'll just take this one
Let's
down.
You're lucky I took anger management classes.
Well, let's dive into the top 5 albums that you think are the
Okay.
ones that made your life the best.
Let's start at number 5 and end at the best.
Agreed.
So
Okay.
number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, so I just preface this as I was writing this, I was like, no, this one.
Yeah,
So these are like not like these are more current ones, and I do
Okay.
have a few honorable mentions.
Oh, we
Folklore.
love an honorable mention.
Yes, I
always
have
do
3.
Yes.
Folklore, T Swift, such a great album, so good.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like it doesn't miss. One, the Beatles, like that was a childhood album that
Yes.
raised me.
Mhm.
And Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
So
I
Chef's
mean-
kiss. Chef's kiss.
I mean,
Yes.
one of the best albums ever made. So
Yeah.
we understand
Amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Totally.
So number 5, Melodrama, Lord.
Oh.
It is
Interesting.
so
So
good.
why? Because that's her third,
I don't know.
second.
I have to look at cover art because that's the only
So
way.
I'm not a huge Lord. Like I don't know everything of her
Yeah.
discography. Like that's not. I love this album.
Oh my God, this
It
album's
is
so
so
good.
It is so
Oh,
good.
Okay, Supercut is such a good song.
I found that song through the soundtrack of Someone Great, which is like one of my favorite movies, and that soundtrack
Um,
is so good. Like
it's so good.
it's so
I
good.
love it so much. This album,
And
truly, you're spot on. I love this
like
album.
literally,
I'm more of her first album. Pure Heroine is like
that's also really good.
fuck that one. That one just like changed my listening of music.
That's fair.
You know, like
I
it
would-
was
yeah.
so unique at that time.
How do you feel about her newest album?
So I'm gonna be honest, I haven't listened to it. Like
That's
I said,
probably a
like
good choice.
Yeah,
I
I say don't.
I
It's
haven't heard
it's
like a bunch of things about it. So I assumed.
it's
I
kind
think I
of
listened to like a few songs, but
it's
Yeah.
just a little boring. It's not like her sound was so unique, and then
Yeah.
it got kind of.
I
But isn't
think
Jack Antonoff the producer on it?
you wouldn't fucking surprise me.
She's kind of.
I have
She's a hot take on that.
me and Jack Antonoff as a producer. I love Jack Antonoff as Bleachers
Yes.
and in Fun. Jack Antonoff as a producer for women makes me want to end my life.
Because he produces a lot of women.
Oh, that's all he does nowadays. And we're like, we get it. The same white woman just comes on through your production studio and you make them sound all the damn same. And now we can't decipher from Lord to Clairo to Taylor Swift to Haim. I have a hot take.
I'm loving this. This is great.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
great.
you. It's a hot take. But why this album? What was it about this album that really got you?
I love music because it makes me feel things. This
Mhm.
album, it can go from like crying, sobbing to like, and then you play Dynamite and you're like, yeah, Dynamite. Like you're getting into it. But like if I would pay money to listen to Liability again, like money
For the first time.
for the first time,
Oh.
like absolutely, like the realization of like, oh, okay, like yeah, break up, cool. Who's she? What woman is this? Like, huh? She has a side chick. Okay, cool. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. It's her. She's alone. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh my God.
just
Your mind is
like
so
literally,
blown.
like I'm like, oh, okay. So okay, so she sees me. Cool.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
God.
so good.
Yes.
It's so good. So like she's just like so articulate in lyrics, and lyrics are such a big thing to me. Like you can have a shitty beat or a shitty like composition, whatever, but like if you have good lyrics, I'll probably listen to it, and like somewhat of a melody, I'll listen.
Yeah.
And I'll love
feel
it probably. So she's just so like creative with her lyrics in this. And I feel like this album is a really good mix of like it's like big, it's blown up, but like also it's kind of underappreciated.
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like it has a lot of hits on it and a lot of like singles that are like yes, but like
Honestly, banger after banger.
honestly,
I forgot about it until you just brought it up, and I'm gonna
exactly. But
it has
it's so good.
so many bops.
Ma'am, you do not have time to
know.
re-listen to a 2017 album. Get out of here.
Said,
Get
but I
out.
will. I will make time.
She's like, but I will.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
Fine.
she will. She will.
Oh my
I love that
gosh.
though. I think Lord is she was in talks for so long of being like the next, big artist. And then she just kind of has like
I know she did disappear for a bit. So I
Yeah.
don't know what happened.
I think she's living in Australia, living her best Lord
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
not Lord life.
I think she's
What I would do.
also a baby, I think in 2013, whenever that first album came out, I think she was a literal baby.
Yeah.
And I think 2017, she was probably like just getting into like adulthood.
Yeah. Well, all the feelings came out. We felt that. Thank you for that, Lord.
We got over our bad bitch phase and we got into our sad bitch phase.
Yeah. Love that.
And now we're just kind of like we're floating.
I just live here.
Where has she been? It's a very interesting conversation. Lord is an interesting music celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
All
some
right.
digging.
Number 4.
Number 4.
SOS SZA.
That
That album.
Fair.
And that's a newer one.
It is. A lot of these, I kind of have a little of, they're like, most of them are newer, I will say.
That's fair.
I just feel like it's like when I really started listening to music. Like music has always been like a thing in my life. And like car rides with my mom would go from like Tupac to Fleetwood to like Metallica, like it would just be like everywhere. So that's kind of how my music taste is now. It's very reflective of that. But I feel like once I really started listening to music, like that's when I'm like, this is my favorite album. This is a pivotal album. All of that. And like these are, like I said, when I was writing this list, I'm like, oh, but what about this one? Oh, what about this one? It's just like
you're also like going through like such a transformative part of your life that like these newer albums probably hitting you deep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like we were also raised on our parents' music, and it took us a while to like I think develop our own taste. And like oh, this is what we like.
Yeah.
Pop punk, I think, did that for us.
Yeah.
It was like not our parents' music.
No,
and
no.
in fact they wanted us to crank it down every
Yeah.
time we entered the car. But like I think that's a very interesting kind of look of like, this is when I first really started listening to music as your own human being. And that SZA album is a little too long in my
It's
opinion,
long.
but
It is long.
fuck,
But it was long
that's-
overdue as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe this is her making up for it.
Yeah.
We had a little,
Song,
she's like,
the song "Hate You," like I was just jamming to that in the car, and I just feel like such a badass whenever I play it. But I want it to be longer. It's only like, I don't know, maybe
It's
2 minutes, and
minutes.
I'm like, make it longer.
Seriously.
I want to jam to the chorus again and again and again.
Said on repeat. Yeah.
If I hate you, I do. I'm like,
You're
yeah,
like, I need more of
I
it.
do. Shady
No,
of you
it's
to
so
make
good.
you. It's so
It's
good.
so good. And like, again, like Lizzo feature, I'm there. Lizzo anything, I'm there. Like,
Oh, us too.
Yeah.
Also a rock song of Lizzo. There you go. Like, signed,
Do
sealed,
we-
delivered.
Side note, I've heard rumors, inklings, that Lizzo might be changing her sound and might do a rock album.
What?
Oh my gosh, like a little yachty.
Like a Little Yachty, which I love that new album. Ashley, not so much.
I haven't listened to a lot of it. I've heard a few songs.
It's a little too chaotic for me. There's a lot of like chaos, and I'm like,
Fair.
kind of heightens my anxiety.
I'm like,
But it's a
smoking to
stoner
it.
album.
It's a stoner album.
Yeah.
Every person that loves the album is a stoner. We've done research.
Yeah, we actually have. Because I claimed it, and then people were like, "That's correct."
That's correct. That's very correct. It is a stoner's album.
And I don't smoke, so
exactly.
my anxiety can't handle a lot. You know, it's fine.
She's a baby. But I think SZA is honestly the perfect, like, that album truly is.
It's iconic.
It's so well rounded.
He really, I think, brought the R&B back. Because back, when was the first album she dropped? Like 100 years ago?
16?
No.
Let's see, Ashley's doing
It could have been earlier. Or like more recent.
Well,
No.
Control 2022.
No, that was the deluxe.
She has a song in Dear Evan Hansen.
What? How does that make sense?
She was on the Black. Oh, okay. 2017.
See,
2017.
So,
That old album
yeah,
came out.
whoa,
What a year.
You love 2017. But I think
that album was
that album
I
brought
like
R&B back.
I love
That's
that
really when this whole new shift of like now new artists in R&B.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's SZA's fault. Which
oh, yeah. It's my favorite thing ever.
Literally. So very interesting. I love that
So
choice.
Love it.
So good.
Number 3.
3. Circles by Mac Miller.
So you loved when I Mac Miller yeah. Was that 2017 too? No.
No, that was 2020.
Okay.
I think it came out.
That one. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So good.
So it came out like January of 2020.
Oh, that was
So
the one
good.
that came out posthumously.
So, yeah.
After
Yeah.
his-
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That album is just like, again, like when Mac was alive, I wasn't like a big fan. Like I didn't listen to him. I knew who he was. I listened to some songs that were like more popular, but I did not like dive into his repertoire. But like this album brought me like, and like the correlation from like his previous album Swimming and then to Swimming in Circles and just like doing cycles. And I'm like, the artistry, I'm like, I love a good connection. I love like, oh my gosh. And I listened to, I think there's a Dissect podcast about this album. Either that or Swimming. But I listened to them and it's just like, oh my gosh, he's so intelligent. He was so intelligent. And like this album is just like so raw and like vulnerable and like the production is glorious. Oh my gosh, it's just 10 out of 10. It's so good. Yeah. And it was definitely the winter album of 2020. Yes, absolutely.
Blue World was my bop on that one. I still, every time that, like, I'm like, ooh, that tickles the goodness in my brain.
Yeah.
Mac's really
so
cool
good.
because I feel like everything that he does produce and put out, like it has so much intention
Yes,
to it. Like
yeah.
every single song, there's so much behind every track.
Yeah, there
Which-
there is very much like a specific like sound he
Yes.
wanted to, I think, portray.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
also it's so sad. I
Yeah.
also love an artist who can like create like a song that's like more upbeat and like a I don't know, like words not coming. But anyways,
Yeah.
more upbeat song. And
no,
like
yeah.
the
Yes.
lyrics still like if you actually listen to the lyrics, they still make you stop and think. I'm like, oh
Yes,
damn,
yes.
like shit. like okay, bust down,
It's
I
almost
guess.
like it's like a cover. Like the music itself is like a cover for how like dark his lyrics
Yes,
are. Like,
yeah.
we're not that dark.
Yeah. We're
I'm
fine.
happy.
And then all his fans are dissecting every fucking word
Yeah.
he speaks.
Especially now.
Especially
Yeah.
now. And that I think is super interesting as an artist when you get to the level of like Kendrick Lamar or
Yes.
Frank Ocean, even where your fans start literally diving
in.
into like where you place a breath. They're like, and that means that, and you're
yeah.
like, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
Maybe he just had needed to breathe.
Yeah.
But like, it's, I think once you reach that level of artistry, you've made good art.
Yeah.
Because
People
holy
are like
shit.
so invested.
Yeah.
Hang on every word, every pause,
word.
every
Yeah.
like sequence, everything. It's
I know
so
like
cool.
the background story to like everything. You're just like, damn, I didn't know that. Like, fuck.
I love
So
that
intense.
choice. That's a great choice.
It's a great choice.
So-
Number 2.
Okay, so this is also a more recent one, Sixth Season by Noah Khan.
Oh my god.
So good.
I love it so much.
I can't get into it.
What?
I know.
That's
I
insane.
know. I know.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Here's what I think happened. I think I listened to it when I was just kind of over listening to music. I don't think I gave it the love that it necessarily deserved, and therefore I can't go back and recreate that. Like,
You can.
If
What's your
you
favorite
try.
song? What's your favorite song?
that's just like, I'm sick of your
Oh my
shit.
gosh. I literally can't choose. So The View Between Villages was just amazing.
So good.
Everywhere Everything will be played at my wedding in some sense. Like it just like it will be. I also love Six Seasons a banger. Like
That's a
Yeah,
banger.
it's so good.
so good. And I wish that song was longer.
Yes, me too.
I'm like, this is too short. Like I need more. But yeah, so I think also seeing him live just also changed things. Like it my gosh, Strawberry Wine. So good. It's so good. Like this album does not miss. It really doesn't.
It really
It's-
doesn't. It's like this is an album that I put on and I will listen straight through. Sean
Mhm.
loves it too, my fiance. So he we both just
That's so cute.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
great.
good.
it's so good.
And he does social media as an artist so well.
Yeah, he does.
Everyone I talk to, like artist wise about social media, I'm like, just look at Noah Kahan.
Yeah.
Because like he does promotion well without it being like, okay, we get it, Noah,
Yeah.
another
Mhm.
song. Instead, it's more like, oh my God, Noah's got a new song. It's so cute. He's so goofy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
It's like he's self-deprecating.
Yes, his
Which
music
is in
is
his music.
self-deprecating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I
Yes.
think is so attractive to us as adults,
Consumers.
consumers.
He's also
We're
like the sweetest human being ever. Like he's
Yeah, he
so
looks-
kind.
angel baby.
He's so sweet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want to pinch your cheeks and like give you a hug. Like you little woodland creature, you.
wanna-
Like, I'm
Get
like,
in your
Yeah,
body.
no, I get
you
that.
know?
just like want to keep him in a cage and like feed him.
Yeah.
Like, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
I love you so much. I love you, Mom.
I just want to like put him in a cage in my house.
and just like, hey, how you doing?
Dan, Emma, and Girl Music.
Yeah.
They are terrifying. They want to put me in a cage.
That was the best. I want to pinch his cheeks and then ask him and I'm like, I just want him in a cage in my house.
It's very
He's just such a
US.
little bean.
I know.
It's very like, are you gonna keep him in that glass box down in a basement? And
Yeah.
just, like,
Oh, yeah, very you.
very you. Hello, Noah.
That was amazing.
I'm here for you.
Yeah. matches my love for Noah as well. So cheers for that.
Keeping Noah in a cage. This is going to be the clip I post when we post about this.
Keeping Noah Khan in a little cage.
Noah Khan in a cage, and I'm tagging the shit out of him. We're like, Noah, hi. Psycho girls.
No,
he's just like so wholesome, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I just constantly want that energy around.
Like it's just sunshine when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Even if it's self-deprecating,
Yeah,
it's still sunshine.
Yeah, you're like, you're right. I am the stupidest person ever, Noah. You're right. I love that about me. It is very like positive kind of music.
It's refreshing because it's just refreshing because we're all human.
Yes.
And it's kind of nice to like be able to relate to music that's like, don't take yourself too seriously, but we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
and it's like, that feels so good.
That's exactly what I was saying. It's like it doesn't take itself so. It's not like this is the best folk song I've ever written in my life, and everyone shall thus dissect it. You know, it's like
because this is his third album.
Yeah, dude, he's been banging out albums,
and they're all good.
Yeah,
and this one though, his marketing,
he
really fucking crushed it.
Also, TikTok. TikTok helped him so much, and like, and I listened to him in like 2020, like during the pandemic and stuff, and I think that's when Sixth Season came out, but I could be wrong. That's what I thought, and like that's like I didn't realize that I've heard his music before that. Like it was just like very much so like an artist that I'm like, oh, this is a good song, perfect. I like this song. I didn't dive into him, but like he came to OU in March for a concert. And I was like listening, like diving more into his like music throughout like winter break and stuff. And like these albums are so good. And he does such a good way of like making each album sound different, but like still true to himself. Like it's not like he's like selling out and like making an album that's like for other people. Like they all sound like Noah Khan, just like different stages of his life. And it's like so cool to like kind of see and like that. And like his like the last album is so good too. It's so good. But he's just like he's such a good artist and well-rounded artist in general. And like I think he does a really good like you said, like promotion. Like he does a really good job of like socials and like showing his like himself like authentically, but also like
promoting.
I don't know, like exactly. And it's like so cool. And I think like he like reminds me a lot of like how he tweets like Louis Capaldi is like so like raw and authentic, and like also like Lil Nas X, like they're just so funny. They are so funny on social media, and it just like kind of reels you in. And like I think a lot of artists miss like that like personality aspect and personability, and like they're like, oh, here's my music, it's good, but like no, like I think especially after the pandemic, people are like still like craving that sense of connection. And like, even through social media, just like tweeting like just had like X, Y, and Z for dinner, like whatever, is like still like that like sense of intimacy that fans want. And even if they're not a fan, they're now going to be like, oh, okay, this guy's cool, he's famous, but he's cool. And it's like it's so fun to watch these like artists like kind of navigate the social scene and like gain fandoms off of that, and not just their music too.
I totally agree. I was having a conversation with a rapper actually yesterday about his socials, and I was like, you have to tell your story. That's what people care about. We don't need the oh, my song's coming out, or like just the lyrics on the screen all the time. I really the authenticity and being genuine so people can relate to you. That's like, even if it's like a small niche of people, like what you like is tiny. Exactly. And like that group though will ride or die. And I think that's how you create fans though, is just niching out as much as you can. And I think Noah did it so well. Yeah, he did.
Absolutely.
Great choice. It's such an interesting, I want to do a whole like academic paper on it.
Good.
I should.
Start it.
We did.
All right, number one.
Blonde by Frank Ocean.
Oh, classic.
I love Frank Ocean. I have like, he's just like top tier artist for me. He just checks all the boxes.
Yes, like, no, he's genuinely, an art.
Yeah. He like, and he's not just a musician. He is like art. Like him as a human being is just art. And I think we talked about like
We did.
him
We
a
talked
little
about
bit.
his
Yeah.
Coachella
I was about to
Yeah.
say, how do we feel
Yeah.
about that whole
I
I
think
hurt my
there's
foot?
I'm on his side. I will say I am also like as much as like I love music and whatever, I hold artists accountable. Like there are artists that I can't listen to because you fucked up and that's not on me, that's on you. Like
Yeah.
Chris
I
Brown.
literally
Yeah,
I have like some guilty
yeah.
pleasure songs of him of like that I grew up on, but
Yes, of
no,
course.
will
I
not
know,
listen to
it's
any of his new stuff. Like I like same with Kanye. I've never been a huge Kanye fan, but no,
yeah,
fuck Kanye. Like I
yeah,
can't. Like
Yeah.
especially like he's just
No, he's
he's
lost the
anyways.
plot.
yeah.
He's
That's
lost.
that's a whole other
We're with you
soapbox
on
that I
this.
We're
won't
with
get
you.
into.
Yeah, we
But
see. We see.
amazing. Yeah. So like there's like artists and like I think there are a lot of factors, like reasonable human factors that came into his Coachella performance. I think it was probably like he even like explained like this is like his first Coachella without his brother, and his brother died like traumatically and
Right.
instantly like a year or so ago.
Right.
And it was like so sad, and like that was like his person.
Yeah.
And he like explained that, and I'm like, I think that people hold celebrities on too high of a platform sometimes.
I say this
And
all the time.
like it's like they're human. They're just like making more money. Like they just like have more eyes on them. Like seriously. And like that's first of all so stressful within itself, especially like when I don't think he necessarily wants to be a celebrity. Like he just wants to put art out there.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
that should be something that he should be able to do. I think a lot of like musicians are like that. They don't want like the fame. And I think that like also probably relates back to Lord. Like she could have easily been like such a good, but like they don't necessarily want the fame. And I think SZA even talked about this, like how like this is probably her last album, or like she's not like focusing on like music like that anymore.
Ma'am.
So yeah, she like was like, this is kind of like, I don't know, music era is kind of just like over. Like I'm kind of like trying to like go in a different route or like whatever. So will she probably release more music, hopefully.
Yes,
but like, yeah, but like I think there's a lot of musicians or like celebrities now that are like, I want to do this without being a celebrity. Like, I want to do what I'm passionate about without like having like all this like pressure on me to do that. Yeah. So especially like
fandoms now are so aggressive. Like
So
that's enough. Like
aggressive.
fandoms now are so crazy. And
have
they,
you guys
like,
seen Swarm?
Have we what?
Have you guys watched
I
Swarm?
fucking love.
See, I haven't watched
when
it
I brought up
yet.
Beyonce, I was
so
gonna
good.
ask you, have you seen Swarm? That shit was
So I saw the
good.
premiere of that at South by, and it was phenomenal. Donald Glover wasn't there. I was kind of disappointed. I said, "Oh, my guy," but it's okay.
My guy.
My guy,
It's
my
like-
man Drew. I'm like, you a short king, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I will come on to you. Like, have you seen yourself, sir? Artist.
No, literally. And like I think there's like just a new realm of like category of artistry that like Frank fits in, like also like Tyler the Creator, Childish Gambino, like they are artists. They like I think what really sold me on like Frank Ocean, like I said, I listened to some of his music and like here and there, but I really fell in love with him after I listened to the Dissect podcast on like it was at that point it was just Channel Orange, I think. And that album,
So
first
good.
of all,
So
like
good.
it's so good just listening, but like also like now knowing like the intricacies of like the production, of the composition, of the lyrics, like everything that like he put his whole like Frank Cussy into this. And like he went in on this album, and I'm like, and then finding out like I also like that like he's like an artist, and I'm like, I'm always finding new music. It's like that's not all on like Spotify. So I'm like, oh, Endless is on SoundCloud, or like there's just like singles everywhere. I'm like, I've never bored. Like he hasn't released anything in 8,000 million years, but there's still new music to me. So I think
cool.
like this album is just so beautifully written, and like he's so he hits every base of like every feeling, every emotion, every like stage of life. It's so awesome. I also think that this is like it's really cool to see his like transition and like his realization of who he is as a person in this album as well. Self-Control, Ivy, bangers, so good. Like I literally I named my bunny after Ivy. Like,
Oh my
That's
god.
so
My
cute.
it's such a good song. And like just like the raw, pure emotion. Like
Yes.
it's insane. Like
yeah.
And then his voice, like singing the pure raw, you're just like, fuck you,
Yeah.
sir.
like
Like
literally, I'm like
So
it's
right
almost
in the heart.
unfair at some point. You're like, we get it, Frank.
Yeah, we get
Yes.
Jesus, it's fine.
Yes.
Such a good
but-
choice.
But
oh,
totally
going-
agree. Like
yeah.
that, the artistry of Frank Ocean is like Blonde is going to go down as one of the best albums of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh,
No joke. Like it's been touted that already. I think what's frustrating for like fans of Frank Ocean, like the whole Coachella thing on my like perspective is like I get his brother died and everything, but that was like a year ago. If he was feeling like he couldn't do this, he could have backed out then instead of
Yeah.
doing it. You know, like I feel for him. I think he has immense anxiety too and like mental
Mhm.
health issues, right? And I think I'm sure his team was like, you gotta fucking do this.
Yeah.
You just gotta power through.
And
You
then,
know,
yeah.
and then it can be done again. And it's like I do think we have to almost lend him some grace of like, okay, we get it. Frank doesn't want to be in the public. I don't think he even wants to perform live. I think I read that somewhere.
I think like the scale of what he wants to perform
Yes.
is like kind of different. Like he likes like from what I gather is he's like more of like a underground, like small venue, like intimate like thing, but he just has like it's just not gonna happen.
No. He could. It would just be woof, that would be
insane.
The tickets would be pricey.
And they would sell like
instantly.
like
yeah, it just would be insane.
It would it would almost have to be like it would have to be a very like thought out process of how to do that. But I think
face is so
cult,
like
culty.
Yeah.
Very culty.
But if they just came out of the woodworks. They really did. Like
all the white boys? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Like it's just like it's crazy because like once like Coachella was announced, did I contemplate selling like a kidney to go? Yes, absolutely. Did my mom have to talk me out of it? Yes, absolutely. However,
more than once.
I'm like on the phone, I'm like, but mom, like listen,
like,
this could it's Frank Ocean, like top 1% the last 4 years of my life. Like,
you're like, I need to. Yes. Yeah.
It's fine.
But she's like, no. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Selling kidneys to go to Fred again anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
We will do anything to see Fred again.
Yeah.
I will sell livers, kidneys.
He's not performing, huh?
I don't know where
Chicago.
he is. I'm lost without him.
Oh my god.
But I think that's such a iconic number one album.
So good.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves Frank.
I love your top 5.
Yeah, that's
banger after banger.
Bop after bop. Truly.
Timeless albums that everyone loves.
That everyone is like comforted by.
I think like all of these albums have something for someone. Like something for everyone is on this. But real quick, I want to like just wrap up my Frank Ocean Coachella thought. So basically, I think there's like, yes, obviously he could have been like, I can't do this, whatever. But I think fans would have been way more disappointed if he did that because like at that point they already bought tickets.
Yeah.
They already bought tickets. And also it could have been like, I know how anxiety is. Like also like and the scale that I have it, I couldn't imagine like the scale that he was feeling at that point. And like the set could have happened and he could have been like, oh my gosh, like this is not what my brother would have wanted. This is not me. This is like, and I'm sure he had all this pressure like to come back with a bang, but like that's not who Frank is. Like that's like he is very like raw emotion. Like this is like my music is my music and this is how I'm delivering it. His music is already so intricate. He does not need a big stage production like T Swift. Like it just doesn't need to happen. And
the dancers don't need to be dancing.
Exactly. And I'm like, he is an artist and like he is unpredictable. And honestly, like you can't be mad that he did what Frank does and was unpredictable. Like that
almost was the most Frank performance.
Exactly.
It was the most Frank moment after too. It was just like, okay, Frank, you're gonna go back into hiding. We won't ever see you for like 20 more years.
And I think like what he gave on that stage was amazing. Like he did. I love that he used his platform to bring like other artists forward, because not a lot of artists do that in the manner that he did. They were like, hey, mention this, they'll tag them, but like they won't actually bring them on stage. Like that was awesome.
I see that all the
And
time
like
about Taylor Swift. She
yeah,
does not do
exactly.
smaller artists ever.
No. Or like yeah, so it's just like he used his platform for good. Was it executed like the best? No. But it was the first show in 3,000 years. So,
Literally.
and
And
there's a
now
lot
he's
riding
back
on
in
it.
he's back in his dungeon.
Yeah,
His Frank
he's like
Ocean
working
dungeon.
on his fashion line or whatever that I can't
Oh my
afford.
God.
So I'm
I
like,
just am so curious as to what a Frank Ocean day in the life looks like.
I want to be his best friend.
I would.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Can
he's
you
probably
imagine
like
all of a sudden he's on TikTok doing a day
Oh
in my
my
life?
God.
He's
Oh
like,
my
get
gosh.
ready with me.
I'd shit
I'm
myself.
like,
Frank.
Frank.
I'd be
Like,
there.
what does his daily life like?
He live
Does
streams.
he go out in public? Does he live in LA? Where is Frank?
I think he's in London. I think he's in London.
that
London.
lucky bastard.
Because there's a song. I forget. It's on Blonde, but it's basically saying how he's like, I fucking hate LA. Like this
Oh
sucks.
yeah.
So
I mean, don't we all?
Same boy.
We hate LA.
Same boy. Same. Oh, I love it. Well,
yeah.
thank you for giving us
Yeah,
your
thank you
top
for
five
sharing.
Absolutely,
albums.
absolutely.
To wrap it up, tell us your craziest, weirdest, best concert story. We want to hear it. We love this
Okay.
shit.
So it was actually at South by. It was the
Oh.
Lil Yachty concert, or what was supposed to be the Lil
Oh.
Yachty concert.
I already know where this is headed.
Yeah, Rachel actually went and
She
she
tried.
has a story.
Tried.
It was insane. So there was like a group of like 10 of us from the trip that went, and we all got ready. We trucked our way along like to the venue. It was great. And then we get there and like I forget his name. The opener, one of the openers, bad. He was not good. He was not a good opener. And we
Dude.
found out he literally just got released from jail. Like within 24 hours, I do believe. Like
What?
like they picked him up from jail and then brought him to South by. And I forget exactly. It was like it was like I forget exactly what he was in there for. It was like domestic violence or something like that.
no.
Something.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
this is
Cool.
good. This is really good.
Good
And
luck.
like,
Good luck.
like, nice. So we were all just like kind of looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? Because he's one, bad. Like two, obviously not a great person.
Yeah, why are you
Like,
what?
and I like it was just giving me whiplash. And then like it started like raining. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, concert in the rain. This is fun. And then like literally we waited. We went through that entire set. And then we waited another like 20 minutes. It was like 5 minutes before Yachty was supposed to come on. And they're like, actually, Psych Mike, leave. And we're like,
Immediately.
where? Please tell me where.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
do we go?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is, and like the venue was like kind of away from everything.
Yes.
So I'm like, so then it starts downpouring. And so I had like goddess braids in. So I had these curly pieces. My friend who did it was like, don't get them wet. And I said, okay, don't get them wet.
Oopsies.
I don't have an umbrella. I like I have my dock sandals on. It's mushy as hell. We're all hightailing it, like running. Cause like
my
at
God.
first we were just like kind of like, okay, la-di-da-di-da. Like it's sprinkling, cool, whatever. But then it starts downpouring and thundering and lightning. And we're like, okay, cool. So there's like we're on 6th and there's hordes of people under like the awnings of like all the bars and stuff, and we're like huddled in like trying to like catch the breaks of the rain, and like when it's like pouring less and less, so we're like running. There's like 10 of us just running down 6th Street, and like we stop under an awning, and I'm like, my hair.
Oh my goodness,
And I still have like 4 days left of the trip. I'm like, I can't take all of this out. I have none of my hair products. If this is fucked, I'm fucked. Like, oh my gosh. But then we were all like there's a picture, I can send it to you guys, but we're in like the hotel lobby, and we're like in the hotel elevator. Actually, we're like all just like wet dogs. There's puddles. And I'm like, oh, there's puddles like from like the entrance all the way to the elevator.
Oh.
I feel so bad. We're soaked. We're just like, and then We didn't. We're like, that's it. We're not going back out. I can't.
no.
We can't
Did
do
you guys
it.
run back to your hotel?
Yes.
No, that is so far. Rachel had to
Yes.
take an Uber. Like Ashley and I that night, we decided to stay in.
Yeah,
we
we were in our
were
30s
old.
and we were fucking
we were
tired. So we were like, let's just get room service and watch
Married at First Sight
That
for
sounds
hours on end. But literally, Rachel texted me. She's like, "Fuck, the Little Yachty concert just got canceled. I'm in a garage. I don't know what to do." I was like, you gotta go home. Yeah. Like, we have video of the lightning.
The
happening.
lightning was
It was insane.
Let's insert it here.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Lightning.
It was insane.
It was like a Harry Potter battle in
Yeah,
the sky.
seriously.
That's what we were saying.
I was like, is Voldemort here? What's going on?
He's like, I said, the boy who lived. Where's Daniel Radcliffe?
I was like,
Let's go.
Oh my girlfriend, I cannot believe you ran back to the hotel.
That is insane.
Yeah. And then like it was crazy because like people were like still going to bars. I'm like, fair enough, bust down. And then at one point they're like, we saw a naked woman on the street, as you do in Austin, Texas.
There were so many naked women on the streets in Austin.
Well, I got screamed at by a homeless man, so it was.
We got a beer thrown at us, he was in like. He was sitting on 6 and we were walking and he threw a beer like right in front of us and he goes, sorry. And then I'm like, okay.
Like a bottle of beer?
Like a can. It was a can and it had beer in it. And he just throws it in front of us. I'm like, okay, like sure.
Oh my
but
God.
it was chaos.
Wild, man. You have like I swear, I didn't think I was gonna have so many stories from South by.
It was
but
insane.
Just the amount of stories we had just from that, and it's
So
like
fun.
kind of so funny to like hear that perspective from you.
Oh my gosh,
because we know Rachel's perspective because she was like, I was pissed because South by never did anything to be like, yeah, it's officially canceled.
It was like so
they're
chaotic.
like maybe.
Yeah. They're like, wait in the area, but then like people were like, there's like a garage that was like right next, and they're like, you can't
that's where
wait
Rachel
there.
was. Yep.
I'm like,
yeah.
huh?
You're like, wait, what?
Like,
what a wild fucking day that was.
It was
I was so
insane.
glad I was in my jammies.
Yeah, no, we were just like in the hotel,
We're like,
looking
what?
out. I was like, dang, it is really raining out there. It's like 100 years old.
Damn. We're like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it was insane.
The youth are running through.
The youth
are
just
running
like,
through in their mushy docks, trying to save their hair.
I love that.
It was, and then I texted my friend. I said, "So hypothetically, if I got my hair wet, what's the protocol?" And she said, "I'm gonna need more information than that.
Yeah.
Was it like a shower wet? Was it so like?" I said, "No, torrential downpour." And she goes, okay."
Fine.
My hair was
what
fine.
happened?
It survived.
Oh.
It survived. We just had to do a little extra maintenance that night. But
It's
yeah,
fine. It's fine.
the night ended up really the night ended up really fun though. Like we all just like went back into like one of our hotel rooms and we just like hung out and played games. It was really cool.
Oh,
But
fun.
it was
Are you gonna try and go this upcoming year?
I literally, now that I've been, I don't know if I can like not go again.
Yeah,
right.
No, that's how we feel immediately.
yes.
Yeah.
So I am going to try financially. I'm really hoping I can swing it, but if not, definitely next year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm that high up yet.
Hey. Well, we need you to be there.
Yes.
Because we just need you to be there.
Amazing.
So let them know that Girl Music needs you to be there.
I know. I'm going to reach out to them.
I was like, I'll write a letter. I'll write one. I'll be like, just get her there. We'll take care of the rest. Yeah. We will usher her into the girldom and we'll give her noogies and we'll
keep her in a cage.
Keep her in a cage. We'll feed her. We'll feed her every now and then, and we'll let her out for a few shows. Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I love that so much.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having
me. I want
me.
you to come out to San Diego and hang out with us in real life ASAP.
Yes. I know. It's so fun. I'm so happy we did a podcast because I knew that this was going to be such a great combo.
I'm obsessed
anytime.
Now. I want to hang out with you for
anytime.
the rest of time. I can't wait to see you at South by.
Yeah,
we're manifesting it.
Into the universe it happens,
yes,
as we know. So I can't wait to see you at South by.
Yes, I can't wait to see you either. If you guys are ever in Ohio, let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
And then also if I'm ever in San Diego, is that where you're
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yes.
If you come to LA, we're kind of close.
We'll go to LA for you.
Yeah.
Or I can just skip LA and just come to San Diego. That's
Amen,
fine.
sister.
I'm okay with
Amen.
that.
Let's do that. Let's not go to LA. Let's not do that. Oh my God.
And then
yes.
also want to join our Discord too, because we are a lot of talk all things music in there. We'd love to have you.
Oh my God.
I love your passion for music.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
And honestly, all the recommendations, those girlies will love you.
Yeah.
Be
amazing.
obsessed.
I need to send you guys music because I have a bunch.
Yes.
Things have been so hectic on my side.
I need to send you music.
Yes. I will take anything. Please.
I've got you, girl.
Yes. Amazing.
Yay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Literally, I already miss you.
I know, this is so fun. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
And
It was
we'll
so
talk
fun.
soon.
Awesome.
Yay.